The most dangerous financial advice you ever received didn't come from a scammer. It came from someone who genuinely loved you. Your parents, your teachers, maybe a well-meaning uncle at Thanksgiving who told you to work hard, save up, and stay out of debt. And here's the thing, they weren't lying. They believed every word. But the world they were preparing you for stopped existing decades ago. The rules didn't change gradually. They were swapped out overnight, and nobody sent you a memo. There are things about money that the top 1% quietly understand, not because they're smarter, and definitely not because they worked harder. It's because at some point they stopped playing by rules that were never written for them in the first place. By the end of this, you're going to see money differently. Not slightly differently, fundamentally differently. But before we get to what actually separates them from everyone else, I need to show you the thing they all noticed first, the thing that changes everything. These aren't tips. This isn't a checklist. What I'm about to share with you are 10 psychological and structural truths about wealth that most people never encounter, because the system wasn't designed to teach them to you. Let's get into it. Here's the first thing. Income and wealth are not the same thing. They're not even close. Most people spend their entire lives chasing income. A better salary, a raise, a promotion, believing that more money coming in is the same as getting rich. It isn't. A dentist pulling in $400,000 a year can be one bad month away from broke. And a 34-year-old logistics manager in Ohio who makes $72,000 can quietly build a $2 million net worth by 45. The difference? One person earns money, the other one captures it. Wealth is not what you earn. It is what you keep after everything and everyone else is done with you. The second thing, the wealthy don't think of assets as things that make them money. They think of assets as things that buy them time. Robert Kiyosaki's core idea in Rich Dad, Poor Dad wasn't complicated. It was just invisible to most readers. The goal isn't a portfolio. The goal is removing yourself from the equation of survival. Every passive income stream, every dividend, every rental unit is one less reason you have to trade your hours for dollars. The 1% aren't building wealth. They're buying back their lives piece by piece. Now. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Number 3, frugality is not a wealth strategy. It is a survival strategy dressed up as virtue. Cutting your daily coffee isn't a path to financial freedom. Skipping vacations doesn't build empires. The math on frugality has a hard ceiling. You can only cut so much before you're just living a smaller life. The 1% understand that the ceiling on income is infinite. The mindset shifts from, how do I spend less, to, how do I make this produce more? Fourth, debt is not the enemy. Bad debt is. The 99% were taught that all debt is shameful. Pay it off, avoid it, live free of it. The 1% use debt the way a contractor uses scaffolding. Temporary, strategic, enabling. A real estate investor borrows at 7% to buy something generating 14%. That spread is profit manufactured from leverage. The fear of debt is the thing keeping most people from building anything at scale. Morgan Housel writes in The Psychology of Money that our financial behaviors are shaped more by the era we grew up in than by logic. Most of us were formed by parents who remembered financial crashes. Their caution made sense for them. It might be the thing quietly strangling you. The 1% aren't fearless. They're precise. They know which risks are worth taking because they understand the math behind them. 5. The most valuable financial asset you're not tracking is your network. Not in a shallow LinkedIn way, in a structural, compounding, generational way. Opportunities don't come from job boards, they come from conversations. A 28-year-old software engineer I read about didn't get his first real investment opportunity from research. He got it from a casual dinner with a college friend who was starting a fund. Access is the hidden variable in every richer person's story. The wealthy obsessively invest in relationships not because they're charming, because they understand that capital flows through trust. 6. And this is the one that changes everything when it finally lands. The wealthy don't behave their way into a new identity. They adopt the identity first and let the behavior follow. There's a reason a broke person who wins the lottery is statistically broke again within 5 years. The money didn't change who they were. And there's a reason certain immigrant families, arriving with nothing, no language, no connections, build generational wealth within one generation. They bring a self-conception with them. They already see themselves as builders. Drop a comment below if you've ever caught yourself thinking, I'm just not a money person. Because that one sentence has cost more people more wealth than any bad investment ever did. 7. Here's a sentence that will make you angry and then make you want to learn everything. For most wealthy people, tax is largely voluntary. Not because they cheat, because they structure. A salaried employee pays income tax on every dollar before they ever see it. A business owner pays themselves after deducting expenses, writes off assets, and moves capital into instruments that are taxed at lower rates. Or not at all until a generation later. The tax code isn't a burden for the 1%. It's a playbook they read front to back while everyone else skimmed the cover. The game was never rigged. It was always open. Most people just never picked up the rulebook. 8. Time is not just a factor in compound interest. Time is a competitive advantage. The single greatest edge a 30-year-old has over a 50-year-old is decades. Not intelligence, not connections. Decades. But most 30-year-olds are trying to get rich in a year. Flipping crypto, chasing shortcuts, watching their phone for the next signal. The 1% have almost all made their real money slowly, then fast. They built for years before anyone noticed. They made peace with being unremarkable while the math was still quiet. 9. The most financially resilient people are not generalists. They're specialists with one unfair edge. The shopkeeper in Mumbai who built a Rs 30 crore business didn't diversify across 7 industries. He knew one supply chain cold, knew the margins, knew the vendors, knew where every rupee was hiding. 10. And this is the one they never put in the wealth books. Money doesn't change people, it amplifies them. The generous person gives more. The anxious person panics with a bigger number. The strategic person deploys it precisely. The person who hasn't done the inner work gets more of whatever they were already running from. This is why the financial journey is always, underneath all the strategy and spreadsheets, a psychological journey. You cannot outinvest a broken relationship with yourself. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. Most people who watch videos like this one will not change anything. Not because the information isn't good enough, because information was never the problem. You've known you should invest. You've known the stock market beats a savings account over time. You've known that spending less than you earn is foundational. You've known all of it, and yet, the gap between knowing and doing is not a knowledge gap. It is a self-perception gap. The moment the 1% became, the 1% wasn't when they found the right stock, or met the right person, or got lucky in the right year. It was when they stopped consuming advice and started making decisions. When they moved from audience to actor. The most dangerous financial habit isn't overspending. It is indefinitely postponing the version of yourself who actually starts. You are not behind. That's the thing I want to leave you with. The shame and the urgency that financial content sells you, the "you should have started yesterday" energy, is itself a product being sold. The truth is quieter and more forgiving. Every single principle we talked about today can be applied starting from wherever you are. The person who understands these 10 things and acts on even 3 of them, quietly, consistently, without needing anyone to watch, will be unrecognizable in a decade. The 1% aren't magic, they're just early. And early is a decision you can make today. If one of those 10 shifted something for you, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to You Are Wealthy.